Now we have a question to answer. How should we go about destroying Shiba? We could try Kablam with my no-phantasm. It's okay, I'll show you that my no-phantasm is more than a line of defense. Yeah, we have her no-phantasm to work with. Quit making that smug look, Yuki. Putting that aside, do you think we can defeat Tokiko if we do something about Shiba? That's only fair. Even without Shiba, Tokiko power is overwhelming on its own. Even if we could somehow take care of Shiba, we had to admit that fighting Tokiko herself would be extremely difficult. Yet we have no choice but to try. If we shut down Shiba, it should have some effect on Tokiko, as we're controlling it. However, even if we immediately take action and try to stop Shiba directly, I don't think it will go that smoothly. Tokiko is likely keeping watch too. Then she can watch me go blend with my no-phantasm. Right, you did pack quite a punch. You didn't match, don't you think the other side knows about your no-phantasm? I expect she does. No. It goes without saying that we should expect the likelihood of being shot from a distance. Don't you think there's a way to counter that? Yes, of course. Yes, Mash. I know, instead of being down, we should think of means to overcome if there is any countermeasures. In other words, if long range doesn't work, go for close range. Get close and ambush her. Actually, that reminds me. How's Shiba shutdown code? If I get close enough to chant it, Shiba will halt temporarily. Something that simple. Its original function was for maintenance though. They've only told it to me since I was director. It will need a full hour to reboot, so you have that long to pacify Tokiko. Even though she's the enemy, I somehow end up referring to her with kid gloves. However, Shiba should be watching over the entirety of Chaldea. Getting close enough will... Just that, was that... Fofo. Of course, who else would it be but Fo? Then again, that's not Fo at all. Who are you? Show yourself. Eep, I'm terribly sorry. I'll leave you meeting, so please excuse me. A servant. Miss Crane. Yes, I am Crane. It's been some time, everyone. Well, has it really been so long? Our earliest meeting? No, that can't be right. Friend of yours. It would take too long to explain. Then I'll ask later. For now, I take it she's safe. She's safe. How did Miss Crane end up here? Whatever reason why, I also found myself in this room before I knew it. My name Crane, sorry but quite the opposite. Please don't leave this place for a while. I understand. So about that, I've been listening to you since you got here. You want to approach and ambush someone but cannot get past the preliminary stage of getting close, is that correct? I suppose that's the gist of it. The moment we step out of this room, we should assume that we are being watched closely. So no matter where we are, our intentions are completely obvious to the opposition. Then if possible, why not use a disguise? A disguise. Yes, if you change your clothes, change your face, and change all other distinctive features. And wouldn't even Shiba the near future opposition lens be confused? That may be true, but can you pull it off? There is also an enchantment to it, right? If so, I can be sure that you can completely deceive Shiba. We have to be able to approach and shut it down. We can if we weren't lacking in materials. Mass P, can you accompany me to gather some using the simulator? Okay, what should I be gathering? Let me see. For the time being, if we have rainbow yarn and primordial langoose, I think I can fashion the right clothes. Any other materials are needed in small quantities, and they are stocked up. I'll come to you as Zero Master. No match, wait here with the director. Yes, I better. Seeing as the director knows the shutdown code, we will prioritize protecting it from here. You're sure? Of course, you may have some concerns. I don't know, I'll leave the defense to you, Mash. No matter how strong the enemy is, I can feel secure. Thank you very much. We're going to stay holed up here for now. If you don't come back as soon as possible, who knows what will happen. After that, I'll head back as soon as I can. It is temporary, but I took the liberty of setting up a battlefield. Since I'm not very adept with dark spells, it will only be enough to not draw attention, so as long as we make no suspicious movements. In that case, we better hurry. Huh? If you need magecraft, it may be better if I accompany you behind the battlefield. Come, let's be off. Hey wait, could it be that you're only out to make costumes? There's more to it than that, isn't there? It looks as though their spell doesn't work on those other than you, Master. I'm terribly sorry. All the more reason for me to imperiously get started on making a costume. I could have sworn I saw someone. Could be in my imagination. Okay, we arrive at the combat simulator. Then let us commence combat at once.
週末のアーチャー頑張りましたね。お気に入り。いつか私はこんな風にいずれはあなたをちゃんとできます。逆説融合かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせしました。これが私の究極体アトムに暮らす無理アグッド。お友達が欲しいんですね。誰も見たことのない世界に。逆説融合かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせしました。これが私の究極体アトムに暮らす無理アグッド。優しいですね。さらわれてください。動いていいと言いました？当たりでしたか？よいしょ。いいですね。楽しく。いいですよ。神明封鎖、その過去はよどみなく歪んでは勝利敗北を刻む。それがあなたの運命です。見抜きましたか？この週末はどうでしたか？アーチャーとして正しく突き刺さりましたか？
This much should be eliminate any issues. What a mess, P. Quickly, now before anyone notices how out of place we are. Huh? Are you a servant? She's a caster class servant. Okay. Well, the number of servants keep going up before I even realize. Dr. Roman does not remember me by the look of it. Incidentally, Mass P, this situation is quite perilous. Even if we try glossing over things with the bounded field, it only does so much. Got it. We'll run quickly. I remember, I was going to check the gate sensor right now, but if you want, would you like to come along? If the blizzard settled down, we might be able to go outside the base for a little while. But sorry, you'll have to excuse me. Sorry about this, Doctor. Thank you so much for before I mean it. Huh? Did I do anything for her? I'm back. Welcome back, Master. I see you were able to gather the materials of the incident. Everything's fine on our end as well. Nothing in particular happened, and my memory seems to be intact. As for Miss Crane, I've already gone over everything with her personally. Supposing my memories have been tampered with, I can't guarantee the extent to which they would be. There's no sign that this place has been found out, so for now, we seem safe so far. Now then, how long will the disguise take to make? If I could have 1 hour. So quickly. Still, I can't call that a bad thing. Very well then, Miss Crane. I'll be counting on you. Great, then with that, yes, I feel that I must say one thing. I must ask you not to look in. What is that about? Oh, I know. It's a line from The Crane Returns a Favor. Need an explanation. No, I don't. Who would have the mental capacity to listen to that right now? A pity. Then again, maybe when I have some time to myself. Are there any dry fruits? Of course, I always keep some on hand. They are precious, so savor them as you eat. Here, Mash, some for you. Thank you for that. Now if we only had some tea. If I went outside the room, there'd be a water dispenser, but going that far is probably a bad idea, right? I guess we have to wait. This had me pointlessly tense. Should we make some conversation? Let's see, for instance. I suppose it comes down to how much you remember, the both of you. For me, I remember how the correction of singularities have already been completed. There is also Tokiko being here, which shouldn't be possible. And then Gordorf, that is. I have a memory that he made a very reliable, wonderful director, though coming from me, that is very vague. Is that a fact? Really reliable, really? How about Yuki? That Gordorf had the title of new director. New you say? Which would make him my successor. I don't suppose false memories could have been implanted. If that's checked out, it would sound like I died in the line of duty. Wait, no, surely not. No, it is impossible. To begin with, there is no chance that I would ever die in the line of duty. It doesn't matter. That's enough of the subject of Gordorf. Anyway, we have this mysterious woman to defeat now. This Tokiko. Her spell, no, her noble phantasm in this case, the fact that the matter is that it's far too troublesome. I know I can only call it likelier cause. Once she hits us, everything gets forgotten. Or something like that. Which you can't hold off with your shield. I don't know. I only have a feeling that you can't simply repel her no phantasm head on and succeed. I'm a countermeasure against the no phantasm. For now, it seems there's no other course than to somehow make a preemptive strike work. After which we'll just have to make the other servants act as shields. Stop making that face, Yuki. I can already see you rather not. The most important outcome is my survival. Which is right. The one who can retain memories best is undoubtedly you. If you make any mistakes, you'll remain forever trapped in this past. But if that happens, you'll need to cooperate with the servants in Chaldea. I wonder if you can act quick enough when the time comes. It should go alright. Will it? We could pull something off probably. Fine if you say so. I guess I have no choice but to believe you can. It's finished, here you are. Great, it's finished. There's no time, so I'll change straight away. Okay, Yuki, turn around. Yes, ma'am. What have you done to me? Miss President. Have you lost your mind, Crane? Something gone wrong, or is something wrong with you? Yes, I would have be somewhat frenzied, given the impossibility of tailoring clothes in an hour, while keeping it a right mind. How am I to blame for this? Forget it. Going out in these makes me look like an unadulterated fool. I stand out too much and be suspected in the flash, wouldn't I? Not at all. No clothes that I carefully weave with all my heart can be questioned for trivial reasons. Yet my firm assurance that they are suitable, they'll even pull wool over Shiva's eyes. Being seen in these, I feel like I would need my whole life to live it down. Please have trust in me. It's sure to go well. What sort of fashion trend is this? This is madness. You'll pull it off, Director. Just this one time in life, I don't need that kind of encouragement. Fine, I'm going. I'll go, alright? I'm going already. May we go. Going now. Remember, Shiba will automatically restart after it's shut down. You have that much time dash to Tokiko with all you have, and blow her to Kingdom Come. Don't tell me it's succeeding. How is he ignoring her? I should have expect as much from a servant maid outfit. With this, I might be able to walk the whole way without anyone noticing batting eye. I can't believe it, but I'm getting used to these clothes. They're gorgeous enough to make up for the shortcomings. I even feel that way now. Good, all I have to do is walk normally, like nothing's out of place. They're just all ignoring her. Why today of all days do I have to pass by so many people? The horns get in the way every time, so I have to tilt my whole body. Good morning, Director. Good morning. That's right, she recognized me. I'm not some unknown entity. Shiba even acknowledged my presence, but at the same time, I wonder if it could come off of anything more than harmless. Okay, now to the control room. Made it. Now to get close enough to Shiba to deliver the shutdown code. Wait, please. Why is it you are moving right up to Shiba? Even if my appearance isn't strange, it's only sensible that I'd be caught if my actions were. But too late now. Right, the human order, Lord in heaven, bear witness to my great deeds. This is a command from Director Olga Mari. Shiba, emergency shutdown and restart. Shiba, activate emergency shutdown. 1 hour until reboot. Sounding the alarm. Now I get to run away with all I have. I'm leaving the rest to you, Yukimash. Okay, let's move. Right away. Please wait here, Miss Crane, and in case anything happens, we might have to come back. Okay, good fortune to you. Aiki, hey, what's going on? My master. Where are you off to in such a hurry? Heal me, Boudica. Right away, I should accompany you. Got it. How very strange. For some reason, I feel as though we share a connection from a past life. Maybe you're Lord Ancient. But you may be right about the connection. Alright, Master, what's our objective? Tokiko is our enemy. That's enough for me to work with. Also, there's an extremely high possibility that she's carrying out mental manipulation with her node phantasm. Everyone, please take the greatest care. I see which would make this a matter to decide. Oh, mental manipulation, or perhaps distorting the past. In any case, a formidable opponent. Bedivere, would your sword be able to strike God? It is worth trying for us. This holy sword is service to master. Meaning is a key to improvisation. Nice. That's some calm and deadly accurate judgment. Are you a berserker between the ears? I'm getting that from the full body berserker. You have a lot going for you, Master. Yeah, let's win this. You were quick to identify Shiba as my accomplice. That was well done, very well done. I had been pouring a considerable amount of magical energy into your Shiba. I even made it operate in concert with me. With it being shut down temporarily, it was true that I had fallen into a somewhat troublesome situation. But you know, Yuki, if you thought you could defeat me with something so mirage, your perception is far too short-sighted. You have no future nor any present, therefore I am willing to grant you the right to linger here in the past. Can my affection not get through to you? Yaha! Your love is an act of invasion. I recommend calling the office for a refund. We are in emergency. It will mean fighting in this place. I hope you don't mind. I didn't mind. I mind so bad, but it looks like there is no stopping this. All personnel retreat at once. Now time for another self-introduction. My name is... Good, right? Heh. How irritating. Precisely, my name is Erd. Among the free fates, I govern the past. Descend to despair. Realize that there is no way to defeat a god. I can't use my own servants? Is this another scripted fight? It feels so scripted, bro. So she's even prepared for the holy sword. Impressive. Forgive me, master. So this is all, and here I thought I was rushing things. Now don't worry, you have already forgotten most of this. Everything you've been doing, and the future you were looking towards. You don't need any of that now. Simply forget how your body moves. I can't move. Instead to go so far as to figure out Shiva's relevancy. You've recalled quite a bit this time. But now I've scored your memories clean, Yuki. Now you'll definitely be back the way you were before all this started. By my command, so I decree. I've forgotten everything. My past has been stripped away. What was I doing just now? What exactly was I thinking? I don't know. I don't know anything right now. But one thing is for certain. I know just where to drink it. A command to what? Caught you with your knickers down, goddess. JQ. No, who are you? JQ might have forgot the whole shebang, but Hide knows you all too well. Yeah, I do. Sit your ass there, master. I'll do this my way. Okay, you didn't damage her. You managed to at least break one bar though. This can't. Huh, you're fucked now. A blender, curiousness. This was embarrassing. Bloody hell. Hide. As happens, you're right. I was in the jail in this. Air's changed. Even the thread has become visible. This thread is it wrapping around us? It would do no harm to you. That is the thread of fate. All that you do abides by this thread. Though I had wrapped it many times to ensure it wouldn't be cut. Your suffering around match for me. Yuki, you're simply incorrigible. Very well, I will yield this location to you. I await you in the past. We hope to retake the present and seize the future. Come and defeat me. Don't you run from me, slag. Bear in mind that you have been maintaining this peace through my power. And now that is no longer necessary, I too will act seriously. Rude. Anyone who reproaches will be obliterated. Beast. Something was cut, yet her head stays on. She just reversed the time. A disagreeable woman, the goddess must have caused some kind of irregular phenomenon. One who only attacks from behind was no grounds to accuse me of wrongdoings to begin with. To begin with, there is no past where this head was ever cut off. With a syngraph on your level, my head shall stay where it is. We owe this to being goddess who have gained beast horns. Who is this we? The Free Fates? Farewell, beloved Chaldea. I trust your next audience with me shall be in my domain. Is everyone okay? Ugh. Yes, I suppose. If it weren't for the command spell, I wouldn't have been able to drink my no phantasm. I see, at that time, we had all completely forgotten what we were doing. I see your other personality has remembered. A dual existence, the same person, yet a different individual. It looks as though Goddess Erd couldn't read matters that far. So it really was the Goddess Erd. The moment her head reverted, I could summarize that. Could you explain the situation? I drew my blade upon sensing the presence of a beast, but this is not the control room I was in earlier. Chaldea's is here. Is the place different, or was my perception playing tricks on me? Is there anyone who can explain? Yes, I can. It seems that we have strayed into a world of the past. Until now, as a royal, you weren't present in Chaldea, because our memories and perception had confirmed to that the past. You apparently never felt any doubts all along. I see, a looping phenomenon into the past caused by the power of the goddess Erd. But even that were possible. Hello, it's over. Did you make sure to win? What happened? Eat! A ministry advisor Azrael. That's right. Why did I forget about him? If one thing's for sure, I must have wanted to. Azrael. Then the reason for my absence going unfelt by you all until now is that my presence has been too inconspicuous. I failed to provide Chaldea enough attention. That I should have been monitoring Olgamari more stringently. You couldn't be more present if you tried. That isn't remotely the point of this. Ease off. Fine, while we're here, Olgamari. You look different today. Did you change your hairstyle? You're more attractive than usual. It suits you. I have to wonder, even though I'm being praised, I'm not happy in the least, rather, I'm getting chills. This makes sense. So the image of fighting spirits was the interest of disguise. I'll revise my evaluation. Olgamari, you had that much resolve when Chaldea was at stake. It's not as though I had any interest in wearing it out. Look, I want to go back and change, if only I had time. Let's bring back fond memories. Yes, I guess you could say it reminds us of the director's brave figure in those days. If you're in that bias, I can make you two dress the same way too. Anyway, Erd has retreated. Chaldea has disappeared as well. It seems we returned to the current Chaldea. Yeah, looks like we're back. Yuki, are your memories? I think I remember everything. Looks that way. Then it would fall that Romani is gone too, huh? Oh. Yes, he would be. He was something Erd had created. And now that she's withdrawn, the doctor is still here with us. Eh? What? Something wrong? I rushed over because there was a commotion about an explosion, thinking there'd be a serious accident. But there's no trace of any explosion, is there? What on earth happened? And also, Snort. Doctor, is that what they call cosplay? Don't maybe kick your ass for many. Never mind that. You're alive. Of course I'm alive. If anything, the only chance I have of dying is through overwork. Doctor. Pending. Hey, did something happen? I mean, how should I put it? It's like I was sleeping until a moment ago. Huh? Who are you? No, I don't mean that. That's not the right question. Wait, could it be that you're Da Vinci? Why do you have such a young appearance? Did you get hit with that kind of curse or something? You you are in the records, but it's my first time seeing you. You are a romantic Ackerman. Well, what do I have here? This encounter is way too unexpected. It seems we need a moment to sort out the situation. Please get everyone assembled. And that's where things stand. So I want to ask everybody present, what were you all doing before now? I'm not assigning blame, I only want to understand our current condition. While I was doing the usual maintenance on the coffins, although I was helping out with the singular extraction operation to Orleans. Which means, now looking back on it, it's like those dreams you sometimes have where you keep repeating exams from your school days. Wait, am I doing this again and yet I'm stuck with it anyway? Guess I have to make do. Something like that. Your remaining staff are generally that way too. I can only say that I really don't understand. I had been sleeping for the whole time. When I woke up, I hurried over in a panic upon hearing sounds of battle. From listening to the rest of you, it seems like you were in the past. And that you repeated the journey from starting point of correcting the singularities to finish line of the limbo time. The one who was there at the time was the grown-up me. Being both a servant and a genius for creating me, even in the past, was probably deemed too dangerous. And so, that certainly makes sense. So this was Chaldea of the future. No wonder I thought things weren't matching with my memory, but if that's the case, it all adds up. Regardless of the fact that I died, it means that the human order was successfully restored. That's a relief. Huh? But why is it that I died? Maybe I got caught up in one of those director fits of anger. I know what you might mean, Mermaid. You... Wait, suppose... if I may, could I ask some questions? Doctor, do you remember the name Solomon? Solomon, like Solomon King of Magecraft. Of course I know the name. Could you please take off your gloves? I guess so here. There's no ring. Well, because... Gaetia sold it already. What ring? I don't have any. I see, that's how it is. Things looks okay now, so I apologize. The Doctor has no memories of being Solomon, King of Magecraft, or rather. He's being treated as something that never exists at all. Yes, the same as Da Vinci. The goddess Erd created a miniature world only meant to repeatedly correct singularities from beginning to end. The Doctor power of Solomon was probably too great to reproduce. Most glaring, it wasn't necessary. To confront the original Gaetia, the Doctor powers were needed, but with a weakened Gaetia, they are not. So Goddess Erd must have erased the Doctor's past. That is uncomfortable to consider. I agree, the singularity is different from any we've gone up against. But for Goddess Erd, it likely means nothing special. The Doctor. I'm not particularly knowledgeable about Magecraft either, but if the magical energy considering the reproduced Doctor runs out. According to Da Vinci, since his past Solomon was tampered with, the magical energy consuming him is greater, so it's supposedly taking a little longer than the rest. Right, I get it. I never got to say goodbye to the Doctor. Given the circumstances, it couldn't be helped. And doing it over again is very unpleasant to say goodbye without being able to say a word. Yet that person is being who the Doctor created. Saying goodbye to him is probably only for my own self-gratification. Sorry, I don't know that any better than you. I guess not. Good morning, senpai. Good morning. Morning, Yuki Mash. So are you two feeling okay? I've been made to understand that I don't even qualify as a dead person, so I'm feeling terrible. How is that? Yeah, well, I mostly got a grasp of the situation yesterday, including what I used to be, of course. But I don't really feel it. Not even a little. I have this my past as romantic Aquaman. So I wouldn't come off disrespectful to the real doctor if I threw it all away. And with that in mind, I'll try whatever I can. Yuki Mash. Just continue to take care of things until I disappear. Sure. Well, that reminds me. What will ever be? I think it was called. There's no such phenomenon. For the most part, I think something Earth cooked up using me. She's got us false short when caught by contradiction. Well then, see you later. What should I do? What should I say to the doctor? Or maybe what should I report? On the other hand, it's better not to convey anything. Huh? Whoa. Osier, is that him? He's gone off somewhere. It was only for a second. Yes, it was hard to tell in the moment, but his silhouette seems a little different than usual. Maybe it was only my imagination. The old man Gordorf looks to have disappeared. Huh, I groaned to miss his sharp wit. A little bit of relief. What about self-loathing? Master, once more after having been freed from Earth, I've been reminded. We definitely did restore the human order, didn't we? I say so. Yes, we did, and so I gave away such a very heavy farewell. But does that not mean I ended up lying in the process? Now look, calm down. What you intended to do isn't anything close to a lie. While it seems there is something at play, uphold the work in, seeing as we return. Looking forward to picking up where we left off. Likewise. I too look forward to resuming working with you. As expected, I had figured it already, but Hugh Hime's words and action just now made it clear. The servants remembered the battle inside Olga's Chaldeas. In other words, much the same as the current Chaldea, Yukitomo. After shutting Maris Chaldeas down, there's a brief moratorium before returning to the original history. In the state immediately ahead of the human order proper compiling, we're back at the base. To them as well, the current state of Chaldea is a continuation of the end, instead of before the end. Let us return to the main topic. After Earth disappeared, the restart completed by Shiba confirmed the occurrence of a singularity. Earlier, it had failed to specify the time, axis, and location. A failure of what kind? The answer from Charmagus is the past. The range spans from 1 second ago, before 80. We also assume that it probably includes periods as far as the Jurassic. The Jurassic period. Right, it's the past from 1 second ago, and at the same time also part of BC. Perhaps down to Shiba observation not reaching further than a billion years back, but everything prior to then would also apply. In other words, the entire concept of the past corresponds to the place and time where Earth exists. So would that mean we can't reshift? No, that's not it. Actually, the opposite holds. In theory, you should be able to reach a place where she is simply by reshifting to the past. Or rather, it's safe to say that there is no other place to reshift to. As it stands, the microscopic singularities in whatever that appears can't be observed by Shiba, since they're being blotted out by Earth. If we don't defeat her quickly and do something about this, I expect things to get bad fast. Prepare the coffins immediately, Yuki, and Mash will move into standby mode. Perform the reshift as soon as the coffins are prepared. Right away. Director Olga Mari. I've been told the goddess Urt authority is the past. I wonder though. What got you thinking? Urt, the goddess governing the past, is only one in the Norse triad. Of course she's famous, and there are probably people who worship her. But doesn't she seems more powerful than she should reasonably be? The vector may be different, but if she can control the past in full, that would be up there with Tiamat. That's likely because she's a beast class. Tiamat was also a beast back in Babylonia, right? Beasts were always that overtuned. If Urt is a divine spirit that oversees the past as a whole, it's all the more reason for why. That much is probably true. But if it does hold true, the earlier battle sticks out strangely to me. I agree, no matter how unprepared she was for Edith's strike, it's far too weak. I can only think that she was holding back her strength. Indeed, at the time, she mentioned having focused her efforts on controlling Sheba. An outlandish ability to manipulate the past, with the vulnerability to be injured by an assassin's blade. A bit contradictory, isn't it? Or maybe it's a power she didn't possess originally. Yeah, that's important, but aren't we overlooking one more important detail? Romani. Of course. There's no doubt that she wasn't giving it her all. In fact, repeating a loop over and over while maintaining the past as a concept. That certainly must have been a burden even for a goddess like her. However, before that issue even arises, I think we lack the perspective to understand why she did something like this in the first place. True, that's a fair point. I wonder what it was that she sought. Maybe Chaldea itself. Considering, you know, that Reishift interacts with the past, it's practically something close to Urt's authority, isn't it? In seeking greater power, she tried to assimilate the Chaldea. I think that's one likely theory. I see, you might be on the right track. Yuki, with Mash Cure Light, our preparation for the reshift are complete. Sorry, almost there, but please hold on a minute. We are in need of some time to select appropriate servants. Reshift compatible servants have been successfully selected. There's a total of 7 qualifying servants. Mash Cure Light is confirmed. The remaining 6 can be chosen from those currently assigned. That many? Normally the limit is 2 or 3 units. Most probably because the target is suspected of being a beast. This side of finality should make it possible to act with 7 servants. The shooter is given, and naturally I will take the second position. However, I won't participate in the battle. It's solely to oversee your fight. And now you this time around, sharing the assassin class and all. Before that though, I doubt the same attack from the last time will work. Yeah, a surprise attack by Jaco will certainly be tough. She will be on guard for it too. As for who we have to compliment Mash. Here, I believe King David would be excellent. Even during the previous battle, he surely set it out. In fact, he's not even here at the moment. David? Doesn't look like we can do anything. A nurse servant on the bench. Hi, terribly sorry for being late. Right, so is this the selection for who will go on the reshift? I want to participate, is that okay? It's fine, right? Great, it's decided. What? No, what's about it? You might not feel the same, but I'm a servant who makes things happen when it counts. I, for one, don't find it easily believable when the one who has been selected suddenly appears. I'd appreciate you keeping that to yourself. I had time to reflect on my actions. It was clearly wrong of me to slack off. Nevertheless, I'm an undefeated king. I participate in battles which I am meant to win. Oh, well, Kiyohime, David is, you see, that kind of guy. Much as it may be impossible, please try not to get too hot under the collar around him. No, there's nothing that bears mentioning. If it must be transpired that one of us stays behind, then it can be me. You are sure? Yes, it truly pains me that I cannot fight as Master's side. With my abilities not amounting to more than burning things, it will be difficult for me to get the better of Earth. So I shall pull back here. Very well then, King David. Please look after Master's well-being. Certainly, I never turned down a request from the beautiful young woman. Then this makes the team members Mash, Azrael, Bedivere, David, Jaguar Man, Jiron, and Boudica. That makes 7 servants. Wait, this is a divine spirit with the presence of a beast. I also want to set some conditions. What conditions? The summoning of a grand servant, when a heroic spirit has been crowned within Chaldea. The servants accompanying the race shift do not necessarily have to be so. But I wanted to make it mandatory that you summon a grand servant during combat. Are you prepared for that, Yuki? Of course. Very well. Even if she's a goddess, there is no respect owed to who names herself the beast. Show me what you can do with your greatest strength and try finishing her off. That is right, our opponent is the goddess of the past. Erd, who possesses the same graphic beast. Just because you won last time doesn't mean it will go the same way again. Above all, if you hit directly by her, no phantasm is over. Your protection against it your top priority. Compatible servants should immediately go into spirit form, Master Mash, to your coffins. The destination for the race shift is the past. We don't know what we'll find or what will happen, but with this team, we should be able to handle any situation. Now move out. Where are we? According to temporal measurement, it seems to be a city from the 1990s. However, the location is uncertain. It feels like Europe, but also like the Far East, North America and Australia. In other words, I simply can't get my head around it, as if it's only empty husk of a city, I suppose. I'll start reading inks confirmed. They are the enemies that appeared in Chaldea a while back. I see. Creatures befitting Erd, the mistress of time. More on the way. The guys that appeared in the records from Shinjuku. They look human, but they're 100% imitations. Go ahead and smash them without reservation. Split them and take care of them. Understood. Then I'll handle that directions group. We go with Master Mash. Okay, now switching over to Combat Operation Master.
Mesiah. 誰もみちゃんとできます。聖なる水。顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだな。さあ、光より早くアトムにプラスメリアンフット。マハーマー、低層検査。
光を。女神警報発令。我はシヴァの光、ビシュヌの光、あまたの神々の怒りの光、マイシャースラ・マルディ。裁きを天より来た。いいことね。
That's a giant dinosaur.
出番です。海へ海へ。
お友達が欲しいんですね。
執行します。
あっち見ていてくれます？
上位殲滅行動開始。楚は空を割り地を砕く軍の形。魔なる者たち滅ぶ。神罰執行。
1、2、3。カズラちゃんビームです。誰もちゃん優しいんですね。顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだなこれが。さあ光より早くアトムにクロスミリアンフット。パズル完成です。綺麗でしょ？折りたたんでしまってあげます。花にはトゲがあるというでしょう。私の場合は罠でした。
As everything over here is wrapped up. Praise all clean and adjusted. Looking good. Earth's reading is pretty far off, but we at least know the direction. Keep advancing dead ahead. Okay, smooth. Ask how far it is, for heaven's sake, though even if you do, it's tricky to answer. Even if we don't extend it to the universe edge, it was determined to be over 10 light years off. It's probably not something physical, but conceptual too. If we move forward, the distance should shrink exponentially. The distance to Earth has narrowed to about 9 light years. I see no problems whatsoever. Furthermore, haven't the buildings changed? Definitely not skyscrapers, but maybe something out of early modern Europe. Sounds like we're moving into the past. I think it's definitely the right direction at least. It is. Can I have a word? I'm feeling distant like leaving. What is she talking about? Jaguar Man's words should not be dismissed lightly. Were it not for my sense of duty as servant, I would have turned back at once. Now even Jiron Imo. One should relate. When you have a tornado of violence swirling before your eyes, there probably aren't many who would try to go for it. Being onwards, there is such being up ahead. So, not moving ahead isn't exactly a choice. Let's get going sooner rather than later. Someone's certainly enthusiastic. Well, it's a fine notion. Now let's advance. Hostile reading confirmed the head of Yuki is a servant. You picked up the hostile Yuki. Exercise caution. Examine her vigil. Someone majorly dangerous there. Dangerous like how? At least be less specific. I also confirmed she's a servant. Servant's appearance. That is, she's... Eh? The Lion King already? The Lion King, Lord of the Furthest Horizons, appeared in Camelot, the 6th Area. What the hell's going on? Wait, everyone, please calm down. That is the Lion King yet not. What's that? Some Zen dialogue thing? Very astute, Knight Bearded Rear. Indeed, I am the Lion King. But not the king of Camelot Singularity who was once defeated by you all. In this Singularity, I am the guardian, blocking the path at the terminus of the Knightly era. Lift your sword and swear your oath before your lady to protect the weak and cut down all enemies. The resplendent splendor of Trevor fades away with time as a relic of the past. And it does together in this place with me. Then your majesty means to say that you serve as a point clearly marking an end to the past. Precisely, therefore, sir, I bear no sentiment towards you. Likewise, you need not to hold anything back. Make me accept a condemnation to knighthood, a cutoff to the times. And as if you intend to proceed. A very loaded manner of putting it. Are saying we are free to go back. The goddess who summoned me had me convey that. Now, what is your course? As you expect, we will proceed. I thought you might, in which case I offer you no quarter. Unleash your arm to your heart's content, here I come. Then be ready.
我が加護を受け入れよ。ここがお前たちの最果ての地だ。我が手に収まるとする。
クッションいかがですか？元気いっぱいですね。いつか私もこんな風にクラッシュ&クラッシュです。私だってやれるんだから。この気持ち、今お待たせしました。そこですね。ダメですよ、健康なんて刻んで固めて一口サイズに。それがあなたの運命です。どうですか？笑顔で楽しくパッションプレイ。
変わらず立ち止ま立ち止ま
この
そうか。
そこですね。ダメですよ、健康なんて刻んで固めて一口サイズに。それがあなたの運命です。笑顔で楽しく。
生産あり立ち止ま穏やかに変わらず
逆説融合かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせマスター、これが私の究極体アトムニクロス無理アグッド。
No, son, damn it.
落としなさい。
穏やか変わらない穏やか
お手玉にしてあげます。落としなさい。パッションプレイ。
立ち止まる変わらない変わらない
花のように愛らしくでき。
風よ見届けたま竜よ火をくれよ我新聞の時だ。
クッションいかがですか。フルパワーでフラッシュ&フラッシュです。お邪魔なしにはお仕置きですよね。ハニカム攻撃開始。どんなに頑丈な体でも私の手にはかないません。愛憎は滑落アルバティ・クラウシ
背後を取るまでもない。ここで食い止める。戦争よ果てを語れロンゴミリアド。穏やか変わらない。ここに生涯最高の一振りを。束ねる血の息吹輝ける命の本流。勝利は我が手に。エクスカリバーエクセレシス。立ちで変わる立ちで
この今お待たせしました。ミツバチの迷路にようこそ。受難の花は森のように叶えた愛に離さないダイナミックファッションパンチ。
見どころはあるな。今は楽しめ。いずれ終わるのだから。
Well, at least she tanked it. The pass belonging to knighthood ends here. Now move forward towards the next pass. Farewell, my king. Such words for one who is not. We've been able to confirm the Lion's King's disappearance. Well done. Please move on a little more, straight ahead. Once again, another reading has turned up. It's annoying to be lured like this, but we seem to have no choice but to proceed. Roger, by proceeding. Now we're in Babylonia. Master, the air from this land is from. Is in this earth. Yes, this light atmosphere makes it impossible to mistake. Which must mean the servant waiting ahead is. You made it, Mongrel. The wise king. Ugh, how over unfamiliar. Here too am I not Urk's king, as summoned as a symbol of the beginning of humanity's history. That a goddess of the past would choose me as the beginning. Regardless though, I disagree with his significance. I shall fulfill my role as a servant. Now raise your weapons, you mongrels. I shall once more make you aware of the wise king's greatness. If you're going to fight, then give it your best. Do not expect me to go easy on you. King Umesh is willing in combat mode. You better get serious too. Right away, Masquerade Shooter Paladin, going all out. Sounds like he used her. Okay.
欲望の熱は止まらぬ。これ着物の勝負。欲望の熱は止まらぬ。もんよもんよ。いつか私もこんな風にお気に入り決めたっと。の我が舌を喜ばせろ。アワリティ歌えインビディア。よい。
Ah, you praying because it dropped to sleep, damn you. Okay, who mentioned slime is here? No fantastic. Huh? I thought you had no gauge. Shield.
Yo karo. ちゃんとできます。世の行く手が阻めぬ。パズル完成です。新しいお主に。どうした？何かしてみせよ。撃て撃て撃て撃て。さて、次なる目標は？誰も見たことあっち見といてくれます？顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだな。さあ光より早くアトムにクロスミリアンフット。
遥か遠けき思いたち、今なお残る神々の愛よ。さあここよりゲートオブエーギル。
魔術のみと自らを縛るのも王の度量よ。
宝具になれ。月のかけらを集めるように。海は海。元気いっぱいプール。おっちゃんとできます。遠くのものは小さく見える。なら小さな家が遠くにいるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくない。いきます。亀は上に。繊維の上に落ちてくださる。
さて、次なる目標。
Part of me to sleep again.
のぞ我が舌を喜ばせること。ロササンディス。
撃て撃て撃て撃て。撃て撃て撃て撃て。魔術のみと自らを縛るのも王の道具。力を剣を見せ。
のぞよかろう。燃えよデイガロンドムスアウレアよ。砕けラウスティアのクラウディウス。我の情熱は豪華のごとく。
やはり魔術師の真似事などすべきではないか。
次の皿をここに。まだまだ食べ足りぬぞ。
He was holding back at least a little. It looks to be far enough. Very well, go further back into the distant times. But be warned, ahead awaits the goddess attempting to reach beasthood. You understand, don't you? No matter where or when, goddess have never amounted to any god. The one waiting beyond or below, or rather, is of course no different. Even if a concept is endowed with personality, it could take eternity and still not comprehend humankind. Now go and make her acknowledge something that the past, by and large, is no more than nourishment for the development. An earthquake. The city of Urk is rapidly collapsing. The earthquake is closer to disintegration, maybe. Your personnel needs to be evacuated somewhere safe. No, it looks to be alright. There is no particular changes to the environment surrounding the route. However, there is a huge hole up ahead. I'll start surveying with Shiba. Is it me, or is this the spiral staircase? A spiral staircase, huh? Feels like it's going down too. Yuki mentioned earlier that she would be waiting for us below, didn't he? You think you can descend, Yuki? No problems here. Then try starting down. Clear earth is below it somewhere. Now watch your step, master. Now we had better go. Oh man, somehow it feels like I'm going into hell. By how it continues without end, you mean? If so, that's certainly not wrong. Oh, and hell you reside in, do torments of sin or continue endlessly or something? Something near to that, there is generally no salvation to be found. No opportunity is given to atone for sins. You sip a drop from fruit that condenses all earth's bitterness, all the stench of earth, while lamenting forever. Sorry, let's not talk about hell. Just imagining it makes me feel unsummoning. I expect your hells bear some resemblance. What a curious space. Not hot, not cold, but put better, doesn't the place lack any air? What then? It's a vacuum. Is everyone okay? Your vitals show. Presumably this is a stoppage of time, therefore there is no temperature and no fluctuation in the sky. Your vitals is fine, Yuki. His master is okay. If it looks like you can proceed, go ahead. If your ring gets difficult, retreat for a while. Roger that. Reading, I got no idea how far this ride goes. Should I try making a little leap down? Don't be so casual about jumping to your death. Are you okay, Yuki? Feeling any pain or fear? Nothing in particular. That's no good. Not feeling fear in this situation is actually dangerous. Please feel free to be afraid. Excuse me, I'm feeling afraid now. Are you okay? Want me to carry you down? Well, never mind. How about you, Mash? If you're scared at all, I'll carry you. I'll be okay, thank you. Not me, I'm so scared. Take me into your arms, Rika. Yeah, if I feel like it. I see an if that would never come to be. By now, I expect we've been descending for an hour. We should have taken a brief rest. However, it seems we have arrived. I can see the ground. It's a jungle. If it's not one amusing place, I keep coming across as another, but a jungle now. Whoa. Which means what's likely to appear are... Yeah, like suspect dinosaurs. Are those the dinos? Yes, those are enemy of dinos we encountered in Michelin. From the looks of it, conversation is possible. They are probably the same kind as Goomesh, like some symbols. No choice but to defeat them. Okay. Unlike him, it seems they intend to overwhelm us with numbers. No other choice. If necessary, I can lend hand. No thanks, we're good. I see, good.
手加減無用だぞ。
お気に入りいい目だったよ。いつか私も誰も見たあっち見ていてくれます？遠くのものは小さく見える。なら小さなものは遠くにいるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくない。確かこうかな。お先に失礼します。ちゃんとできます。顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだな、これだ。さあ光より早くアトムクロスミリアンフット。秘密の箱ですね。目の錯覚だといいですね。折りたたみしまってあげます。
Is this still gonna revive?
誰も見たことのない世界に、空間ごとミクロの世界に変えてあげます。どんなに強い相手でも私の前ではこの通り。人呼んでネテンクスマジックショー。 くれます？空間ごとミクロの世界に変えてあげます。どんなに強い相手でも私の前ではこの通り。人呼んでネテンクスマジックショー。
今は楽しめ。いずれ終わるのだから。
Phew, give me a rest. First, we defeated the present, then the past, embodied by knighthood, then we defeated human predating night. And now we defeated beings that existed before humans, so what remains the beginning for this entire planet? Specifically, of course, what we were called the gods. Broadly speaking, there are two types of gods. What I'm talking about this time is one of them as I falls in humanity category. In ancient times, people noticed the natural phenomenon exceeding human understanding and regarded them as gods' handiwork. This, I guess, gave form of the myths that can be found anywhere in the world. The arrival of spring is the joy of the gods, of volcanic eruptions is the anger of the gods, and a snowstorm is the lament of the gods. Anthropomorphism, in other words, people try to understand things without form, things too majestic for words by framing them in human terms, like flora or pele. Yeah, exactly, you've been doing your homework, huh? However, when that happens, a troublesome precedent comes up. What do you think it is? Your clue is when it's a bad phenomenon as opposed to a good one. Typhoons, floods, eruptions, when you apply those to a god. If there were a god of raging typhoons, what kind of god do you think they'd be? Brutal. Yeah, right answer. In many cases, natural phenomena had a significant negative impact on humans at the time. How they still do today. From volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and epidemics, to storms, lightning and heavy rain. On top of that, of course, there are no necessity to them that humans could accept. They simply happened. It must have seemed totally unreasonable to people back then. And so because such beings got themselves anthropomorphized, it's natural falls that they had to be considered brutal. And bothersomely enough, these attracted worships as divine spirits in the anthropomorphized nature end up inherited by servants. I don't know, you probably consider that a pretty unpleasant QED. So any gods aggressive enough to become servants have. A cruel streak for the most part, still there are all kinds of exceptions. It's a very ridiculous argument. For instance, someone like Ishtar, thanks to using a human involved in the Holy Grail War, a vessel has somewhat mellowed out. You call that mellowed out? I would. Truth is, Ishtar is way more dangerous than this. Well then, that's all for the lecture about gods that I can't really make out in public. You better not tell Ishtar, alright? I see. Though the forms of gods may differ, generally speaking, this should be universally recognized. However, if that was true, it brings up one problem. Urt of the Free Norse goddess of fate, she who governs the past among the flow of time. Yes, she is the goddess of time, the most immutable constant among the natural phenomena. Whether it amounts to good or evil, a person's destiny cannot be changed. Once the goddess herself has determined it, that makes it unshakable. Other than that, here's the episode where she looks after Yggdrasil, the world tree. In any case, Earth has no episode involving raging disasters or anything similar. Even when she appeared before us, she was a very calm and sincere person. We owe this to being goddess who have gained a beast's horns. Gaining a beast's horns. Is becoming a beast really so simple a matter? Should I take that as a supposite jest, Director? Can I make a serious inquiry? I see, my apologies. Beasts are like resid that seeps out from the development of civilization. I could say that their very emergence is simple and inevitable. However, that applies to those who bears the primary factors of a beast from the beginning. Even Gita, who exists as human order, supplementary protocol, and Tiamat, a mother goddess of creations, were transformed because of their strong love for humanity. But the goddess Earth has no factors that would turn her into a beast, yet she has become one. Some kind of unprecedented distortion is occurring, or perhaps this is an evil of humanity limited to Chaldea, not a beast for all humanity, so to speak. Before we fight, I want to hear what she has to say. Is that possible? If she's the same Earth we encountered in Chaldea. Another earthquake. Jungle is dissipating, the same phenomenon we saw at Earth. Calm down. If it is, then Yuki's priority ship be safe. In other words, we're heading to an earlier time, but anything further in the past from the jungle. Volcanoes. Where is this? Natural disasters. Is this hell or something? No, not that. Hell would never be this so beautiful. It's an era which no humans, let alone any living creatures, ever set foot. I see it as the Earth about 4 billion years ago. It resembles the sights that were once shown to me by Spiritbird. There's no way that humans can survive in such an environment. Is that so? No, it must be. Rest assured, at the very least, she apparently has energy to spare keeping people alive and functional. Regardless, there should be no trouble whatsoever. Have you arrived, Chaldea? Welcome to 4 billion years ago, to the very moment when everything that became you was born. The primordial age of Earth. Though this time in which I can maintain my existence. There is no past before this, no future beyond here. Sound is. Did you stop time? I take it your interest in talking was Earth. Very well, Yuki asks. Time to show how good you are at it. You are. Why did you become a beast? Why, you ask? When was my first expression of subconsciousness? A system carved human face into wooden laws and nurtured Yggdrasil by giving it water and white clay from the well. Someone gave that system the name Earth and worshipped it. But people make no strong petition of time, which is intangible like storms or lightning. They may determine their own end as fate and believe in it, but they seek no salvation from it. That is what a god of fate is. Their role is merely to observe. After Ragnarok ran its course, and the era changed from the age of gods to the age of men, Yggdrasil gradually disappeared without anyone noticing, and my consciousness as Earth was also lost as quickly. As if sleeping or dazed, as if time should flow but cannot be perceived. Under such a period of time runs the course, I suddenly arrived. I remember the moment very clearly. It felt as though lava had been poured into the blood vessel of my body. It was only a tiny, trivial, utter, insignificant, ordinary question. Idle, a timepiece suddenly had a thought. Among me, true goddess of fate, who would be called the one true norm? For a human being, the question would be trivial. If you were a Greek goddess, at worst, the question would be worth killing one over another. Then how goes it go for other free fates? My hand is the one. Why? Because everything to do with people lies in the past. Without a past, a person cannot live. Therefore, fate is entirely based off the past. Hence, my hand is that of the true goddess of fate. My hand is the one. Why? Because the people live in the present. People do not live in the past. People do not live in the future. Carrying out this moment in the present is only then which people are established. Hence my hand is that of the true goddess of fate. My hand is the one. Both past and present are completely worthless. All people live while aiming for the future. They cannot stop over in the past, nor can they linger in the present. If fate is something predetermined, then the future alone is the ultimate truth. Hence my hand is that of the true goddess of fate. Chaos, cracking, conflict, quarreling, critical. In the end, the debate between the three fates was never settled. So we chose to make use of Chaldea, who we are all compensation from. Chaldea is now a special group, a community. After all, they overcame the deeply fortified world of beasts B2, the Fate of Human Order update. However, there's never a pure upside. You alter the fate that should never have been changed. You broke through a domain that should never have been violated. At this point, you could call this a effort to fate. And it is something that the phenomenon of fate, having never appeared in human history to date, may view as hostile. Yes, we finally found an adversary who could answer the question facing us. As a result of all this, their class were transformed. Humans and servants are in space that is neither past, present, nor future. And this is considered the one who controls this, the true goddess of fate. It is how we decided the matter. Silly, don't you think? Well? Yes, quite silly, and when we have the answer to the mysterious cause, it turns out to have been a mere power struggle. In a situation like that, you three should simply fought it out amongst yourself, not involving anyone else. Yes, I see, so this is what they call a power struggle. But know something, human. The existence that I am engraved in myths, but for me, this was perhaps the first emotion I had ever experienced. The first and last shred of humanity, perhaps divinity, the mechanism of fate. It is delightful, truly delightful from the bottom of my heart. I see. For the first time you had feelings, for the first time you had the discussion with your sisters, and for the first time you wished it to reach a summit. Fate developed its own desires, certainly a beast's horn or two would surely sprout from this. Correct, because for me, that is all I have. If I am defeated, if my horse are taken from me, then surely even this that I have embraced will disappear and vanish. In order for me to be human-like or godlike, I'll defeat you all and start all over again. Wait, start over? I have no desire to kill you. If I do, your past will disappear. I'll vanish, and I would hate that. Which is why I will defeat you without fatalities and start everything over. Sounds like we're being taken lightly. Does that mean you're going to fight without restraint? Restraint? Well, in that case, I wish for you to feel at ease. There's no need for any holding back. Even if you were reduced to a mincemeat, that is a matter which can be resolved by running time. Death is a separation of the body and soul, nothing more. Everything else is merely condition. The same applies to servants. They do not die because their spirit course is shattered. They die because the soul departs as their spirit core is shattered. If you run time before the departure, there is no problem. So I wish for you to feel at ease. I'll be sure to rewind time, restore everything there is. I'll walk back my original statement. That's so much worse than restraint. Yes, as anyone would expect of a newborn divine spirit tree. Totally out of line, no matter how you slice it. No matter how beautiful you look, you're only a child once one layer peels off. What? Well, don't worry about it. Can we defeat her now, Azrael? I've heard what needed to be heard. This cause is not within the scope of my work. The rest is in your hands. This beast's head is yours to take. Got it, then. Well then, let's take her down. King David, for some reason in your position, you're unusually aggressive. Sure, I guess so. Never fear though, and completely calm. Don't worry too much about it. Romani, do you know anything about this? At all about this? What it has so the main incurable. What is this? Oh, you must be David. The meeting is about to start, so we better head for the control room. Right, Dr. Roman. Yes, can I help you? Do you have any memories of being someone, do you? No, not even one. What kind of think of it? Someone's father is King David. You mean I? You, I mean. You can rest assured that I have no memories of my father. Although in a way, that does come off a bit lonely, too. I wonder what the right reply is. I wouldn't know. No memories, huh? I see, that certainly is lonely. As father and son, we were quite close. I'm pretty sure that's a lie. Neither you nor I have that kind of personality. You got me, that much is true. Just as you were a king from the onset, I was no kind of father from the outset. You're literally a gift from God, so I never really thought of you as a child. Also, you know, I had an awful lot of kids, to be honest. I don't think I can remember all their names. Oh, you're the worst. In spite of that, well, becoming a servant like this gets me thinking. That guy someone was. So Mnet. No, hold on, wait. I sorry want to object to that. Inept, considering how hopelessly he bungled things up. In the future, he saw just before becoming human, he ended up wasting everything he tried, accomplishing after becoming human. He could even have ignored the destruction of the world and chosen to live it time freely. But someone never had a dream like that. If that's not bungling, then what is? Sure, when you put it that way. Sure, I guess. I really wasn't ever handy. But it's not that way now. Everything someone needed to do has been completed. There's no need to feel so responsible anymore. You can throw yourself into doing what you want to do. If you want, I can even join you there. Oh, but let's refrain from catcalling. Even David would balk a little at the thought awkward relationship in this cramped space. Please hesitate in that field as much as possible. Something what to do, huh? In that case, King David, I have one favor to ask. Such as, I want you to hurry up and get to the meeting and find a solution to the singularity. Is that what you really want? There's a chance that Erd will come back again and restart the loop. If that happens... Yes, it means this dream can still be a reality, right? Of course I have mixed feelings about that. The current Chaldea is incredibly interesting. Director Oko Amari might have seemed prickly, but she's moved out somewhat. Match has become 10 times more powerful than expected. And Yuki has grown in ways 100 times more remarkable than I could have imagined. While he'd be stuck not having DaVinci around. While knowing him, he would probably say it was a story he was completely satisfied by. Moreover, Grand Cavallo successfully activated too. She will fulfill her role admirably. In other words, my work will decrease, and I can relax even more than before. That said, it would be a lie to say I'm ready to go. It's natural for me to want to stay here forever. But that applied the same for the guy who used to be here. And despite it, he made it the choice he did. He feared losing his life, he agonized over it, but even then, he gave priority to destiny greater than his. I am the record of such of a man, therefore there's only one thing I need to do. To prioritize the romantic dreams for the future over my own interests. Living like a human being means exactly that to sin. Very true, God is truly great, while cruel. He gave his most humanity unendurable missions to his most humanly living son. Your conduct is one beyond my reach, or rather, beyond my wants. Yeah, as Pestro, you seem, above all, you were one who prioritized your own interests, weren't you? So that's all the reason why. Instead of slacking off here, would you hurry up and get to the meeting, Dad? Don't twist my arm. When you put it like that, there's nothing else I can do. Fine then, you get to see my cosign for once. You have to show off. As long as you don't forget to keep Yuki safe and sound. Got it. Then I will be on my way. Don't expect any slim rears. Oh, then time for a correction. Be baptized by the past, defy the present, abandon the future. My name is Erd. I'm goddess who drifts backwards through time. Erd is ready for battle. I'm moving in, master. Let's do it. Understood. Am I allowed to use Grand Servant's abilities now? Or no? It's not glowing. So I don't think so.
大きな口は今のうちに叩いておくといいですよ。すぐに小さくなりますから。元気いっぱい欲望の熱は止まらぬ。いずれはあなたもちゃんとできます。顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う。できちゃうんだよ、これが。さあ、光より早くアトムにクロスミリアンフット。さらわれてください。動いていいと言いました？今の娘になっちゃえ。汝の過去が決まりました。我が舌を喜ばせる。ちゃんとできます。ロササンドイッチ。召し上がったかしら。分離されたもの。おかしかったわ。
これ
獣の主権を見せる。さあ、我が舌を喜ばせる。七つの竜よ、翼となってかけよ。いざ溶かし追い込まれるか。見事だ。知ることを知らぬ愛の肉よ。そこだな。面白かったわね、あなた。召し上がったかしら。過去は不動にあらず、我が権能によって支配するもの。汝は敗北し地に落ちた。ウルザルスラズルフォルン。それこそが汝の運命であったの。何？降り注ぎました。愚者の雨。我がしよかろう。七つの竜よ、翼となってかけよ。いざ溶かし追い込まれるか。干渉時ロササンドイッチ。格の違いを見せてやろう。面白かったわね、あなた。分離さん。汝の過去が決まりました。お気に入り。 我が下よかろ優しいんですね。
ロササングイ
ブーヨーの私だって
行くぞルクスリア
おかしかったわ。
貫きました。
よかろちゃんとできます。空間ごとミクロの世界に変えてあげます。どんなに強い相手でも私の前ではこの通り。人呼んでネベントマジックショー。目の錯覚だといいですね。面白かったわね、あなた。
聞かぬ。
召し上がったかしら。
波頭のようにうがたれ
おかしかったわ。
トークのみこれよ。
月のかけらを集めるように。よかろう。
ロササングイステルあわりハーブ獣の指揮官よ。
何時の過去が決まりました。
歴代した剣を見せる。
我が舌を喜ばせろ。
世の行く手がかがめぬ。七つの竜よ。
翼となってかけよ。
いざ溶かし追い込まれるか。やめなさい。干渉地ロササングイスそうね。
何時の過去が決まりました。
Phase 1 complete. JP-rKyECtnz is in letter form. Hey yo, Pipper. Still loading. We didn't win, did we? If you say something like that, did we win at this point? Her revival flag will go up instantly. But if we didn't win, you're saying that Jaguar wondering whether it's the same dang thing. Right, I knew it was this. Listen, Yuki. Earth is reversing the flows of time around herself, which means not once have you been able to attack her from the start. That's likely the reasons she avoided Azure decapitation. This is past the point of hogwash. Doesn't anyone have no mechanisms that can reverse casualties? Think however you like. Do you even think you can escape my time reversal using casual inversions? I can simply turn back time before such a mechanism ever formed, though it will be a different matter if its prototype existed 4 billion years ago. Master, sorry about this, but could you let me take the lead? David. No, I see what to do. It looks to be a stroke of luck. Not to worry, believe it or not, I'm a man capable of many things. Let there be no doubts that her time reversal will fail. What? Yeah, I said that I can overcome your time reversal. But you run away, or so I won't chase you. What jest you make? You have every right to repent. Frankly though, I believe it's the opposite. All cutscene. It hit? Huh? What? Why? How? The fifth stone of the Neobenedict. How much Evanim is definitely recorded to always land. But on Earth? It cannot be. Also, even the goddess bleeds red. Your stone is from 4 billion years ago. In other words, you use something lying at your feet for a Neobenedict. My Neobenedict can use any kind of stone, since there was some lying right in front of me. It's obviously... I'll always use them. Well, of course, and she can always rewind her injury as well. But I can see a starting point. As long as David can land his Neobenedict, you should be able to break the defense around the time reversal, even if only temporarily. Provided you aim for that and port in every tech you got. The director is demanding and unreasonable, but it was my beloved Avish Heg who's asking. Okay then, I'll show you that I can make the offenses hit as many times as you want. There's plenty of shots all around. However, I want you to be aware that I will be putting all my effort into aiming with my no offensive. I can't do anything else. Looking back, I've been a coward. A fang exists that can reach me, moreover, I am more inclined to feel fear than humiliation or anger. Therefore, I can utilize this without wavering. Status update. There's been change to Earth's sync graph value. It's enormous inflation. Class change confirmed. She's deciding and closing from Archer to Beast. So that means she hasn't been showing her true powers as the Beast all along. Is this receiving offer relation from Trimatus? Offer relation for what? Do we request it or anything? Situation has been recognized as one against the Beast class, so summoning the Grand Servant is possible. So that's why we couldn't summon the Grand Servant for this battle. 2 Grands are required. Fine, inform Yuki that Grand Servants are being summoned. Don't worry, preparation for summons are underway. Good. Director Ogamari, I have been here the combat data evacuate before on Beast Tiamat. It isn't known how she transformed into Beast, but it's certain that is molding herself after her Tiamat stadia. Using this, it will be more than enough reference for Yuki and the others to work with. Thanks. You're welcome. Oh, is your mic online? It is. Do you want to tell them something? No bother, I'll say it myself. Okay, Yukimash, can you hear me? Read me. Solid copy. Yes, Doctor, loud and clear. Earth is on verge of enclosing into beast. She probably can't compare to the version of Tiamat you presumably fought. But one thing's for sure, she is desperate. It is something a bit different from the instinct to survive, more like establish oneself. To continue being me, an ordinary feeling that everyone has. And there is a reason she has no choice but to be desperate. Servants who get that way are strong. But this and that are separate matters, aren't they? First of all, what she did to you was a total dumpster fire. I can't agree more. There is some room for sympathy at least. Apart from that, Ashkulite believes this goddess has to be taste defeat. Okay, now do your best, both of you. Let's defeat the beast and save the world. 2 Grand Class units are also at your disposal, so show us your full power. Understood. Dr. Ogomari, I can't thank you enough, so my role comes to an end here. The rest is up to you. Stop talking nonsense. Emancipation, chop chop. I know when you're due to disappear, but you'll put in every minute of work you have left. I guess, but do you really think I'm all that useful? I'll stop you there. What's your take, Menier? No idea what you're getting at, Doctor. How many of us ever were that useful to begin with? Oh, you think so? For the most part, there's only 2 people out in the field. For a decision that requires urgent action, we gotta leave it to them. And here we are at the climax. All we can do is watch the fighting after this point, so it doesn't really matter whether we're here or not. I get it. Then I guess I'll stick around. There you go, sum yourself at home. Beast Brood. That time cannot be turned back as a lie. Do not look back at the past as folly. Let us continue to look back at the past forever, my beloved Chaldea. We will reject you with our might, Beast Brood. The reason being, we have already decided to move forward into the world 1 second ahead. Doesn't tell me the weakness though. I feel like Enkidu's the best, but he doesn't even have the servant. And this one's probably better. Use the anti-god slayer. Let's use this one then. Oh, I can't. It's my own? It's no wonder they want us to clear 2 grand battles for this main quest. But why couldn't I use my friend support grand servants?
では終わりを始めましょう。悲しき過去との決別、新しい過去をやり直すがいい。我が名はウルズ、運命の三女神ノルニルの一柱、参ります。汝の運命は定まった。
どこを切り落とそうか。それも分かったよ。
下がっているように。
呼び起こす星の息吹、人と共に歩む。ゆえにエヌマ・エリシュ。えい
プレイ
輝き
プレイ敬い
お気に入り。いつか私もこんな風に運命をかけた戦いであればカツラチャレンジでちゃんとできます。さらわれてください。遠くのものは小さく見えるなら、小さな家は遠くにあるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくないのね。いきます。繊維の海に落ちてくださる。
プレイ汝の運命は定まった。敬い眠いね。無意味良き雨であろう。汝の運命は定まった。
あっち見ていてくれます？逆説融合、かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせマスター、これが私の究極体頭のクラス無理やグッド。綺麗でしょ？お先に失礼します。着物のシミになっちゃえ。
平伏せよ。汝の運命は定まった。収束砕けてよし。良き雨であろ
要請手伝ってアクションしてアリエサル妖精の王よ。優しいんですね。違法の国、時の終わり。なれば剣は彼の手に。霊言なる勝利を刻め。ラウンドオブアーマロン。 空間ごとミクロの世界に変えてあげます。どんなに強い相手でも私の前ではこの通り。人呼んでネペックスマジックショー。
平服せよ。
That's cheating, bro. You're cheating. That's cheating.
新しいお召し物。
It's very cheating. You're starting.
汝の運命は定めカルデア、汝らの運命はここまで。全て破れ去る、全て滅び去った。ウルザルスラズルボルン。それこそが決定づけられた汝の過去である。
私は負けない。
黒源だ。悪界せよ。眠いの。
好きなかけらを集めるように。熱を帯びなさい。マルミアドワーズ。
さあどこを切り落とそうか。それもいいね。
優しい風ね。
呼び起こす星の息吹。人と共に歩む。ゆえにエヌマエリシュ。
よっやっそこです。
敬う。眠いの。坂巻。無意味。プレイ。
Hey. What kind of cheating?
未来などないと知れ。
Hmm? What's that? What? I got to stop time.
汝の運命は定まったカルデア、汝らの運命はここまで。全て破れ去る、全て滅び去った。ウルザルスラズルボルン。それこそが決定づけられた汝の過去である。まだまだ
リダごめん。
砕けてよし。坂巻。眠いの。
Kind of cheating.
よく戦った。貴様を勇者と認める。裁きの時に世界を裂くは我が大利権。
遠くのものは小さく見える。なら小さなものは遠くにあるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくなーれ。ダニー
プレイ。汝の運命は定まった。眠いの。汝の運命は定まった。クソ。こう宇宙。
あっち見て、あ あっち見ていてくれます？さらわれてください。行きます。1、2の3。
ブレイ
着物のシミになっちゃ
ううやむカルデア、汝らの運命はここまで。全て破れ去り、全て滅び去った。ウルザルスラズルフォルン。それこそ決定づけられた汝の過去である。
ナノ BB バリア。血をなめる。ゴールデンが入っ
雑種ごとき。
汝の運命は定まった。未来などないと知れ。
手に入らない。さてどこから潰したものか。いい目をよく言いました。
平伏せよ。汝の運命は定まった。敬い眠いな。
I can't even attack.
黒源だ。悪海星プレイ。
いい判断です。そういいでしょう。私の足元で許しを請いなさい。
落ちよロードレスキャメロット。
逃がすものプレイ、許すものプレイ、光栄の本気です。
平伏せよ。カルデア、汝らの運命はここまで。全て破れ去り、全て滅び去った。ウルザルスラズルフォルン。それこそが決定づけられた汝の過去である。
私ありえないにも程があります。
汝の運命は定まった。
熱くなってき
それもそう分かったよ。呼び起こす星の息吹、人と共に歩む。ゆえにエヌマエリシュ。えいいい子聞かせてよ。
どうか
うやむ地は崩れ。
I didn't move.
地は崩れ。坂巻
Why stun you?
未来などないと知れ。
元気いっぱいですね。運命をかけた戦いであれば誰もこっち見ていてちゃんとできます。
うやむ
遠く くのものは小さく見える。なら小さなものは遠くにあるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくないカメは消え
汝の運命は定まったプレイ停止せよ敬
え
い眠い
This she didn't cast enough for her thing.
月のかけらを集めるように両親手伝ってありえざる誰も見たことない。あっち見といてくれます？最果ての島罪の都最後の竜は我がの目に集う円卓の守護者たちラウンドオブアーバロン。顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだなこれが。さあ光より早くアトムにクロスミリアンフットさらわれてくださ
眠いなカルデア汝らの運命はここまで。全て破れ去全て滅び去ったウルザルスラズルフォルン。それこそが決定づけられた汝の過去である。
い。切り返します。援護を。
無意味坂巻
両親手伝ってちゃんとできます。
分かったね。
さらわれてください。動いていいと言いました？
えい眠い眠い良き雨である。敗北したな。眠い
Stop healing.
汝の運命は定まる。それも
いずれはあなたも
いい
優しいんですね。
呼び起こすは星の息人と共に歩むゆえにエヌマ・エリシュ。
遠くのものは小さく見える。なら小さなものは遠くにあるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくないブヤーの
眠い眠いカルデア汝らの運命はここまで。全て破れ去全て滅び去ったウルザルスラズルフォルン。それこそが決定づけられた汝の過去である。
まだ
先生の
精度を上げて
見た目通りじゃありません。月のチャンネル最上の私
ホームズの鍵を開けてやろう。
全てを灰に。
いざファイナルバトル。夢の未来都市が皆さんを歓迎します。これっぽっちなんですか？いじめすぎてたまりません。
さ
I may have to use it for everybody.
慈悲神戸を垂れよ恐怖を希望も何人通るにあたわず眠い砕けてよし坂巻無残敬い
見せ物か三流よな。
さてどこから潰したものか指揮をこうしてあげるもの多分いい判断です目を背けないで逃がすのみ
命運破滅がよい。
分断する汝の運命は定まった良き雨であろう地は崩れ砕けてよし未来などないと知れ
勝ち目がないことがなぜわからん。
手に入らない
水郷よね。
よく言いました平伏せよ
受け切ってみるがいい。
分断する内側から終わる汝の運命は定まった平伏せよカルデア汝らの運命はここまで全て破れ去った全て滅び去ったウルザルスラズルボルンそれこそが決定つけられた汝の過去である
なのビリバリこの霊気では
雑種
ありえないにもほど汝の運命は定まった
お気に入りメタッといつか私もこんな風に
よし
いずれはちゃんとできます空間ごとミクロの世界に変えてあげますどんなに強い相手でも私の前ではこの通り人呼んでネテンクスマジックショー秘密の箱ですね
ブレイ
繊維に海に落ちてくださる
敬い
君には改心する権利が。
I see you rewind time this time.
試しアバニム。
Okay, I can still keep it up. Wait, what are you talking about? Your sync graph is on the verge of breaking apart. There's no way you walk away unscathed after doing something so reckless against Divine Spirit. Besides, you're throwing our stuff from 4 billion years ago, right? I don't really get it, but isn't that bolt pretty ill? Right, there's that too. Anyway, David, fall back for now. But my arm isn't even torn off yet, see? Then I got plenty left in the tank. though you're outpacing any healing. What is the matter, goddess of the past? Aren't you going to use that power from before? But then, this one here is like to repeat his earlier shots as many times as need to be. Negative. Did she just stop time? Mash, guys. I have stopped the time. Perhaps I should have done this from the beginning. Now this means defeat for me. How so? The very act of using this power CC is a declaration of your defeat then. She conducted herself as a god, harnessed the power of a beast, and yet could still not succeed in dominating Chaldea. Yuki. Not once did you waver. At no point did you ever come to stop. Didn't you feel even some small regret? Didn't you feel it would be fine to have the same days repeat? Was there such a need to run the shortest distance as hard as you could? I mean, BB already did this time looping stuff. There's no point in wavering. As I see, then I suppose there's nothing to be done. David, do you still have the strength to throw stones? Of course, as many times as needed. Then take aim at this red horn. That will end it all. You're sure? It seems you bore a grudge against me. Once it breaks, that should lighten your burden considerably. A grudge, huh? It's not anything near that pleasant. What I bear is something much more steep in vanity. Sorry about that urge. Regardless, you have every right to repent. David. No need to worry, really. Oh, on second thought, could you boost me your command spell? Got it. Sorry for relying on you at the very last second now. The first 4 stones must not strike true, because people have the right to repent. But the 5th stone must not miss, because the king has the right to judge. Hamish Avenue. Gaps. I might have spaced out for a moment. No, anyway, resuming combat operations. No need for that. Huh? It's truly a shame. The thought of early disappearing. It seriously pains my heart. I see. You will retain the past as you move forward. I see. If you won't forget the past, then likewise I won't forget any of you either. I will never forget Chaldea or Yuki. In my words, you vowed Chaldea to such a degree. I thought that I had been acting according to it all this time. What does that mean? You, could it be? You're trying to repeat the past so Chaldea won't be forgotten. Did I not say how much I loved Chaldea? No, you didn't. Your achievements were wondrous. You saved the world and prevented the planet from being left in a solitude. But it's unbearable if you would be forgotten, not even to be buried in the shadows of history. But to simply vanish and disappear is something I truly detest. Therefore, I suppose it's perhaps pointless for me to say this while defeated. In any event, this outcome was necessary. Farewell, Erd. Yes, some small farewell. Until next time in the library. Farewell, Tokiko. I will keep that name close to my heart. Just now something. Yes. I had a kind of feeling as though something had started moving forward. This is the control room. You fought bravely, everyone. The correction of singularity is also confirmed. We'll begin preparation for the recall via reshift. So this is what it means to restore the human order. There's a lot of irregularities along the way. Well, we'll come back home. Copy that. That's the 9, section 9. Director, where's the doctor? Oh, so he's really... Hey, great work, you two. Rashing back was taking the extra time, so I thought I'd prepare some coffee. What's wrong? You're still here. You're still here. Yeah, you can't disappear on us yet, Doctor. What are you talking about? Still, some coffee would be great right now. If you drink as much as possible, the caffeine should clear all the cobwebs. I'll take extra. And here is a hoping you want some counseling. I give up. Go see that in Yuki's room. There's nothing to do here, so I can allow you a spot of sabotage. Director, what are those looks for? You're all gathered here now. Get going, I'll give you a swift kick in the backside if you drag this out too long. Are you truly at peace with this King David? Me? What are you talking about? I only wonder if you desire to spend some time talking with him. Nah, nothing like that. Not even a smidgen of interest. We've both never been anything but a pair of good-for-nothings. We spent too much time together, so I might say a bit too much. Besides, I already done what I signed up for, so good job, I'll be leaving first. Do you believe that was the best course, Lord Emo? Yes, I have been in the same position as him before, so I understand well. It's fine as things stand. Going any further would likely be awkward, even for King David. Huh? I think I understand to a point. What is it that you mean? As a parent, you want to set an example that your children can be proud of. Raising one children is more seriously is to the contradictory embarrassing. Well then, let's get a look at your mental health. That being said, the strict approach doesn't really suit me. Let's change up the pattern of questions. This time around, what kind of adventures did you have? Right. So we started out in Modern City at first. We talked with the doctor for a very long time. A lengthy, prolonged, drawn-out idle chat. Moments of casual conversation where we could forget even the topics of 5 minutes ago. Even when trying to remember, they were impossible to recall, such as was our conversation time. Drinking coffee in gulps, our eyes wide open, our spirits rising. Unaware that we were retreating the same subjects, and even if aware, we allowed them to loop. We laughed until we held our stomachs, made faces of collective exploration, indulging in nostalgia, continuing the same way until... Before we knew it, Dr. Roman Ackerman. Senpai, yeah. He disappeared without a trace, leaving behind his unfinished coffee. Even at the very end, I couldn't say a proper farewell, but it wasn't a good way to go. Yes, it was. You don't have to remember everything. You don't have to let go of everything. I enjoyed spending time with you. I was happy being here with you. I believe it was a blessing. I believe it was a precious time. And that was good enough. What matters is that it got to happen. After this, Senpai and I cleaned up the coffee cups. Thank you, Dr. Roman. Goodbye, Roman Ackerman. Instead of saying goodbye, I retained the past of our enjoyable conversation. And in that 1 second, I moved forward. Set future path. This is the epilogue, I guess. Ah, Master and Miss Mash, welcome. Good morning, and what a fine morning, isn't it? What are you doing here? Such a chilly reception. We were due to meet in the library next, weren't we? But this soon? That is beside the point. I'm sorry, this is the library. I'll keep my voice down, yes. I was speaking back just before I died. I never really intended to be any sort of true goddess of fate. I simply didn't want to decide who was going to succeed first. That would have made something definite between my sisters and I. Which is why when we decided who was going to attack Chaldea first, I volunteered. That way, Verdandi and Scold would get to win. So the remaining two really are Verdandi and Scold. Those who watch over the present and future. Meaning they'll be attacking Chaldea as well. Yeah, so what's more, they will act together. In order to finally close the book on Chaldea, those two goddesses, my sisters, must be defeated. Chaldea won't be free by defeating one hand of the clock. Now that I lost, the other two fates will come, or soon they will. They decide as much as we Norns would commit to anything. That is why I cracked down on Chaldea's past. I had hoped that by looping you, they would have given up. But I lost, as you can see. Even with all that power, I got completely pasted. As the eldest sister, I'm in complete disgrace. If I faced my sisters now, I definitely would have lost part of me, would lose. Suppose I have no choice now. Now listen, the remaining two goddesses, my sisters, would try to take over Chaldea somehow. And if not, will destroy it rudely. In the interest of you not losing to them, I'll lend you a hand to some extent. You done well, Chaldea. No, are soon to do well. Please do as well as you're able, Chaldeans. I see, so master. Apparently, the other two goddesses are planning to attack us. Let's us plan for a while we have time. Then we can take back that 1 second. Let's do it. I understand that this is the moment to get your spirits up, and I can sympathize. But this is the library, so could you please keep your voices to a whisper? Please excuse us. So that's the report, and now Erd is here. Or do I call her Tokiko? Though I suppose, so long as she's no threat, it's no issue. It doesn't seem like she's here for revenge either. Also, I want everyone to know that I'm not siding with the beast here, okay? Just for the record. Summoning circle activation, magical entry level is rising. This is servant manifestation. Eh? And summoning started on its own, with no master present. Wait, you can't be... Get the master and servants in here, on double. Sorry I'm late, I was in the middle of eating. Senpai, your water, please take a drink. What's happening, director? Summoning, that's what. Prepare for combat mash. Roger. Who got summoned? Who is it this time? Verdandi of the present, Scold of the future, or maybe... Ha 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 ha. Yes, it seems I'm fashionably late. Details. Now that I'm here, there's no crisis that can't be overcome. My calculation showed some sort of ominous premonition hanging over you all. But I couldn't care less. Come forward, esteemed ladies and gentlemen of Chaldea. I am Professor James Moriarty of the late and episode of the alien world, now proudly part of Chaldea. And then let me... whichever fantasy tree needs uprooting. And what is it? Why does everyone look so vexed? Fantasy trees are closed for business. You're joking. So I guess next off we're going to close Lost Bells. 1 second after time, the starting screen changed as well. So that's the next one. It's all rainbow though.
そろそろ梅雨の季節ですね。もし雨が続くような